Tonight, a 35-year-old is believed to have taken his life. Members of the public say they are waiting with bated breath for the Prime Minister's New Year address set to detail plans for the year. And vendors cry foul over ticketing of customers. We have the details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Loveless and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Friday, the 9th of January 2020. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We're on Flow Channel 117. The broadcast is also being simulcast on Kiss FM. You can watch via our website, www.caribbeanhottv.com, on our free Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, or on our Facebook page. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. A 35-year-old man of East Winds, Marisil, is suspected to have taken his life. The deceased has been identified as Dave Paul. Reports indicate that he consumed a corrosive liquid on Friday morning. One of his friends spoke to our Hot 7 News team, but wanted to do so anonymously.
Il a été like girlfriend. Oui. C'est pas.
On l'a dit qu'à parler par jamais d'où à ce pièce qui problème il tenait pour ça fait qualité ça.
Aïe quoi. Il just ka well pour la yon akaila la girlfriend pas là pour la just comme ça pour la. Bah ma aimé ça monsieur fait. Bah quoi. Oui.
So l'automne ça dit qui m'en est.
Mom just freak out where monsieur just. Anyway, long côté ou pas qu'on là ou qu'à sortir qu'on l'on man. C'est qu'on a moi.
Vous avez essayé de pour ça monsieur fait ça.
Well, il est gars l'autre bail de mais pour là c'est pas un moi c'est juste something lonely et qui pour là même just consider pour là il y en a qu'à là pour là just demo just consider just tout c'est bail ça c'est bail demo tout. Les démo just consider just faire bêtise quoi.
So let me say parler ba ou hier, il me sait pas ba pièce éducation, il gars il fait pièce bail comme ça là.
Non, les moi ouais ka descend chez moi, de vous oui là man, oui oui là, man ko aller me gars home li, et couleur là. Et qui juste passer droit, il y a kaili, tout douce juste ka marcher. Bon moi ka kati là autant bail, on just passer droit. So moi just dit non sorti en taille bonne, juste ka kaili reste, c'est quoi moi.
Paul's death is set to be recorded as the island's first suicide for the year 2020. Vendors are crying foul over law enforcement's tough stance on customers who park in front of the temporary market structure. The vendors argue that customers are being driven away by the fear of receiving a ticket from patrolling officers. They are calling on the Castries Constituency Council officials to bring an end to ticketing of their customers, saying their meager sales are being cut down with every ticket issued to the public.
Vendors currently housed at the temporary market structure say challenges continue to mount daily as they try to make a living. One vendor who did not wish to give her name says sales are being ripped from their hands by cold-hearted law officials who are ticketing their customers. The vendor says produce continues to go to waste as customers are being driven away from fear of receiving tickets when parked in front of the market.
When they park, the police giving them charges, whereby they have to leave and we cannot sell. Just a while ago, a minibus came to drop some load. Right away, he was given a charge. You understand? I think they should give the people opportunity that they may purchase because that is where the market is located. You understand? Where will they be to buy? They have to stop, buy, and leave. You understand me? But every time the vehicle stop, they get in a charge. And I think the mayor gave the police some information concerning this area that the police should give the people an opportunity that they may purchase and then leave. But all along from last year, the people are getting charges and nobody is reporting it, you understand? And we ourselves, our goods, we have to throw them away because, and furthermore, look, the people, they doesn't want to come down here, especially the older people. they're afraid of the traffic. Those persons who are coming to give us the sale, they're running behind them. So how can our produce sell?
She goes on to say that a level of bias has been observed with the police that issue tickets to vehicles parked in front of the temporary market location.
A while ago, there was an SLG. Because the officer saw it was an SLG, that's an SLG. They gave him opportunity, but he's from the public also. Yes, he works for government, but he's part of the public. So he was given an opportunity to purchase his produce and leave. But those persons do not get an opportunity. That's partiality. They should not be partial. You understand? And these things are not good, my girl.
Meanwhile, another vendor calls on the Castries City Council to help resolve the vexing issue she says continues to cut down on their sales.
That is something that City Council have to see about it, because they are the one that put us there. You understand? Because we keep on complaining about that from day one, and they have never done anything about it. When the customers come in, they're using a big ticket on top of the people inside there. When they're coming out, they're getting a ticket there on the vehicle. Earlier on, I was going across there, a gentleman, I think he went and buy something, and they put a ticket on his van, and he said he need to call the media. That is not right. And I think, to me, if all the people that got the ticket, they should drop the paper inside of City Council office. That's what I could say.
The vendors advise that a temporary parking be provided for the temporary location and say they will not stand idly by much longer while this issue continues to hamper their daily earnings. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
The announcement has been made that Prime Minister Alan Shastney will be addressing the nation come Sunday, the 12th of January. In anticipation of the Prime Minister's New Year address, members of the public have been speaking out about some of the key issues that they feel the Prime Minister needs to address in 2020.
Ahead of the New Year address to the nation by Prime Minister Shastney, the Hot 7 team reached out to members of the public to find out exactly what issues they are hoping the PM will address this coming Sunday. This is what they had to say.
I think he should address about the horses before the hospital. I think that's very important. Why is it that at VH there is nothing is going on at VH, and then you're going to invest so much money into a hospital, into the horse race? Isn't that putting the horses before the people of St. Lucia? I need to hear something about that.
I understand the Prime Minister will be addressing the nation on Sunday. Well, I know he's going to talk about the economic and the social welfare of the country. I know he's going to do a good job, and I want him to continue to doing what he's doing for the country. With jobs, like he's trying his best to do what he has to do, and with the crime situation also. But crime is not only the Prime Minister or the police force or the city police or the mayor that doing his best. All of us, that's our business. Crime is everybody's business. And I notice people keep blaming the government for the crime situation. We don't take the gun and put it in the individual hand. You understand, to do the crime. All of us have to learn to do what is right in the country, and let us work as a country. Unity is strength. United we stand, divided we fall.
I hope the Prime Minister does not talk about the horse race, because to me, throughout the time he has been there, that's the only thing made him happy, because after he was successful with that, I see he had a very lovely smile. So I hope he can talk to us about the hospitals and other things which are essential to be done. And I wish him the best of everything for the year.
The first thing he's supposed to tackle, I think, is the crime and the health situation. The St. Jude, we need our health situation, because you see like almost everybody that passing. I wonder what I know it's fishes that do that when they're in the lake. We have to attack that. And the other thing too, you see them a lot of liquor. Everybody have liquor, and everybody have a liquor. They have no age to have those glass in their hands. That's another thing they have to attack also. The liquor and the health situation and the crime situation. That's what we want the government to attack. And make sure they really put their foot down and be serious, especially them people that just find with those guns and just give them a little tap on the back and they just drop them. They fast to build them. That's what we have to work on. And make sure you attack that crime, and very seriously.
About the market, St. Jude, is that I want to hear about. We have a health center in La Richus.
It have more than 5 years since the health center closed. It burned. I want to know if they're not doing something for us, because right with phone, then we have to go clean it.
The focus on the Prime Minister address this coming Sunday, it will be bluff promises he will never fulfill, and bluffs. That's all that will be on the Prime Minister address on Sunday.
And it's been affecting me for years and years. Administration after administration is the same. It's just the road. I've been driving on too many old roads. I want the Prime Minister to address, I don't know for other routes, but my route especially, I've been preaching all the time for my road to be better, because it wear and tear my vehicle, plus it wear and tear my own body, which is getting of age now. So I don't know what other people have in mind, but me personally, there are others that I could address, I could ask him to address, but just this one. I don't put too much pressure on the Prime Minister. Just the road, especially Route 5F. Therefore, Cicero and immediate surrounding. That's all I have to say.
Prime Minister Alan Shastney is set to give his New Year address to the nation on Sunday, 12 January 2020 at 8 p.m. The Prime Minister says he will touch on issues of security and justice, healthcare, education, investments, major projects, and the empowerment of the St. Lucian people. The Prime Minister's address will be carried simultaneously by local television stations. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Sola Jalton.
According to the Director of Met Services, Andre Joye, the first quarter of the year is annually a time of concern for people who live in low-lying areas as pressure systems take effect on the Caribbean winds and seas. Though issuing precautions, he sheds some light on the beneficial aspects of these weather systems. Shaka Wooding tells us more.
After receiving several alerts about above rough seas and very high winds, we decided to stop here at the Met Services for information from the director on exactly what persons should expect during this rough season. He spoke to us on the high pressure system currently affecting the Caribbean and what fishermen and persons who live in low-lying areas should be cautious about looking into January and February.
The Atlantic is normally dominated by the Bermuda Azores high pressure, and this is a semi-permanent feature that comes into play around January. So during that time, the high pressure system gives us strong winds. Right now we experience up to 25 knot winds, and also we have the North Atlantic storms. So the cold fronts that come off the United States, they generate sea swells. So the combination of the two would give us rough seas in our area and strong winds.
On the brighter side of this issue, he has informed us that it is perfect time for kites flying.
So actually it corresponds well that the kite season is when you have the strong winds. So, but there's a precaution that above a certain strength, I don't think kite flying would be ideal.
The Hot 7 team encourages persons to be vigilant for warnings coming from the Met Services and NEMO. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come. The Tourism Minister expresses optimism despite security warnings for American tourists. The Ministry of Agriculture welcomes a project which is expected to bring significant value to the island's fisheries sector. And Chef Orlando keeps stacking up the accolades. We have that and more coming up after the break.